The NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with promo code NBA SGPN to get a 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Start crushing college football and the NFL NBA. Whoa, NFA. What is that? And the NBA with Rhythm. Get your 7-day free trial by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. You know me, you know the voice, you know the guy. It's me, really real, villain real, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. And we're back in the saddle. Thanksgiving week, games today. Emiratis Cup, NBA Cup games today, tipping off, and I'm feeling pretty good. It's been a nice couple of episodes for me. Don't want to jinx anything. Don't want to bring anything to attention. We'll talk about it after it's over. But doing all right here. Got the nerd Lonte Smith with me. Lonte, what is going on? Wait.
Not much, bro. Just yeah, man. Exciting time with all the sports going on, all the basketball tipping off in college, NBA later on. So yeah, man, it's a good time to do what we do, and especially if you're winning like you are. So
Hey, we all can win. We all can go to the promised land. And I'm telling you, Lonte, as I look at a 5-game slate, there's a lot of ways to get to the promised land today. It's just you deciding which route you want to take. But we can get through all of that. I don't want to waste time. I want to get into it. First game up on the docket, we got the Chicago Bulls laying 4.5 on the road up against the Washington Wizards. Total, there might have been one total that was higher than this. 245. 245 is the total injury report here for these two teams, and I have for the Chicago Bulls. Looks like Taylor Horton Tucker is a game time decision, probable on Tuesday. Actually, we got Julian Phillips is probable as well, and then Sonogo, Patrick Williams are out, and Lonzo Ball is doubtful for this game with the Wizards. We're not going to see Alonzo Ball return here today. On the Wizards side of the ball, we got Jordan Poole, who is 50-50 to play. He's questionable with the hip injury, and then that's about it on the Wizards side of the ball. I have very quick and easy and simple thoughts of this, so I will go second. Lonte, what are you doing here?
yeah, I like the over. I mean, I still don't think it's enough points. I think it's gonna be a high-paced game. Both teams top 5 in pace, bottom 3 in defensive rating. If you look at what Chicago's been doing, 122 points, 122 or more points allowed in 6 of the last 7. They've allowed 140 plus 3 times in that span. They shoot a lot of threes. They make a lot of threes. They're top 5 in 3-point makes and percentage. They actually shoot better on the road. They're right around 40% on the road, which is second in the NBA. Man, they've given up 267 total points in the last 2 games. So I think we see a lot of points here. I guess the contrast to that would be, does Washington have the offense to do it? I mean, maybe not, but I mean, I just think this defense is just so bad. They're going to just walk into points, easy, fast break points. And if you look on the opposite side, I mean, Washington's allowed 120 plus in 7 of their 11 games this month. Chicago's over in 11 of 18. Washington's over in just over half of the games, 8 out of 15. They both are bottom 2 in points per game allowed. I think we see a ton of points here. So I'll stay away from the side, but I love the first half over, full game over in this game.
Well, yeah, over is 100% the play. I've already bet this over, and it's just nothing to question. I got 2 horribly bad defensive teams, and this could be the game that we get and we see 2 teams hit 140, 150. This could be it very well. Nonetheless, I have to point out to the people, Lonte, the people must know that if you look at the Wizards this season, the Wizards have 2 wins this season. 2. That's it. They have 2 wins. They are 2-13. Both of those 2 wins were against the Atlanta Hawks. That doesn't have anything to do with what I have to say. I just wanted to point out that both of those 2 wins were against the Atlanta Hawks. Every other single loss that they have has been by 9 points or more.
Yep.
Besides the game to the Spurs, where they were able to make it to 9 in a loss margin, they have lost every other game by double digits. It doesn't matter who they play.
I agree. Yeah.
There's no question here. You take Bulls laying 4.5, man. Until they cover a spread, until they lose by something less than 9, you take Bulls minus 4.5 here. Like I don't know what this team has to do to win. I mean, any chance that they've ever had, they've squandered it away, and they haven't even been in some of these games. I can't do anything. Can't do anything with the Wizards here. Nothing at all. But love the over. Love the Bulls. I mean, this is probably the game you want to SGP. I know we really don't talk props too much anymore, but if you want to throw a whole bunch of guys for 20, 25, 30 or whatever, Kuzma's been doing pretty well. Sarr had a pretty good game. You could talk myself into a crazy parlay hitting in this one. You're going to see like close to 300 points here, maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
You can't disagree.
Let's see here. Before we get to the next game on the slate, gotta make sure that one, in honor of Thanksgiving, you guys are going check it out the store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com and get to that merch store. Everything is 25% off with promo code Black Friday. Black Friday, everything all week. You know, hey, we don't wait till Black Friday to do deals around here. We give you Black Friday all week. This is yeah. So go 25% off everything in the merch store. You can get the SGPN hoodie, talk about my third leg shorts, all of that stuff over there at the merch store. 25% off using promo code Black Friday. All right, let's get it. Next game up on the slate we have, let's see, where are we going? We are going to Miami because the Miami Heat are playing the Milwaukee Bucks. Bucks are catching 2.5 on the road here in Miami. 222.5 is the total injury report. And we have for the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis is probable with that left calf strain. He's expected to go. You have Taurean Prince, who is also questionable with an illness. You got Beauchamp here, who is probable with the hamstring. And then AJ Johnson is also probable with an Achilles in this game as well. For the Miami Heat, you have Drew Smith, who is questionable with the knee injury. And you have Terry Rozier, who is probable with the foot injury. He's expected to go. Yet another game, easy for me, maybe not as much for you. Should be, but probably not.
Probably not.
Miami Heat laying 2.5 at home here. What are you doing?
Yeah, I like Miami. I like the way Milwaukee's been playing. I like the way Milwaukee's been playing as of late. 4-game winning streak, 6-1 in their last 7 straight up. They're 2-0 in cup play. I mean, they're holding their opponents to under 110 points per game, so their defense kind of picked up. But a lot of that damage has been done against kind of bad teams, and it's been done at home. They've struggled on the road. They've not won on the road since their opener in Philly, and we know how Philly is ending up, or it has ended up since then. So they're 1-6 straight up and 2-5 ATS on the road. Their 3-point percentage drops, just about 6% on the road. Goes from 39 to 33, 39 at home, 33 on the road. I mean, their play has been elevated, especially on the defensive side. I think Brook Lopez has a lot to do with that, with him knocking down threes. And I mean, the Miami side, I mean, they're just pretty much an epitome of an average team. They're like 500 overall. They're 500 overall at home, 500 in their last 10, but they have covered 6 of the last 10. Jimmy's came back, is 30 plus in back-to-back games. They're shooting a decent amount of threes, making 7th in 3-point percentage. I think they can wall up against Giannis. They usually bring their best when they play him. They got to limit Lopez, make him make him a driver. Like I said, he's been a critical part. They defend without fouling, so keeping Giannis off the line is going to be really critical here. So I like Miami in a good spot at home. We're getting Rozier back. They pretty much got the whole cast of characters here. So yeah, I'm going with Miami at home.
Yeah, I mean, this is never good. You have to pick either laying points with Miami at home, which is a horrible spot, or you have to trust Glenn Rivers to get it done, and that's a horrible thing to try to do too. Unfortunately, Miami is just a bet that stood the test of time, and maybe if they lost that game to Dallas, I might have reconsidered. But nonetheless, they won, laying 2.5. They have now covered the last 2 games at home, laying 2.5. They're so due. So due. Plus, I really question Miami overall as a basketball team. Even though I know I question the Milwaukee Bucks, I still do question Miami. I think that Dallas, in particular, really isn't that good for the most part, especially just right now with the injuries they're facing, and it took sudden death for them to be able to get out of there with the win, and they were able to handle business and win in overtime. But for this one, I think it's going to come down to the fact that Miami offensively can sputter at times. Whoa. Miami offensively can sputter at times, and the Milwaukee Bucks, at the very least, I know they're going to put up points. They're probably going to give up some points too, and they've actually been a lot better defensively in the last 5 games, but majority of those were at home. Uh, I think that this is a better spot for the Bucks to just kind of right the wrongs on the road. I know they've been horrible on the road. I know they know that they've been horrible on the road. They played a really good stretch at home. I think that carries over to this first road game against a bitter rival in the Miami Heat. So I like Milwaukee here, and I'm gonna back my fade the Heat laying the points trend. But I gotta make a JR play. I mean, this is a very much a JR play here. Take Miami on the money line and the Bucks to cover 2.5. Miami by 1-2. Let's go, JR. Miami by 1-2. It's already written. All right. Total sitting here at 222.5. I'm on the over. I still question the Bucks defensively, especially on the road. I think they're going to let up some points, and Miami's going to be able to score, but the Bucks are going to be able to go out there and score as well. Probably a big day from Giannis and a couple of shooters from the outside. Lonte, what do you like here?
Yeah, I don't like anything, to be honest. I don't like over or under. I just think it's a hard game to handicap as far as the total wise, because if you think that, you think that that Milwaukee's defense is going to trend down a little bit. I kind of like where they've been, but if Miami's shooters are making shots, they're getting Rozier back. I think this is one of the first times they've been fully healthy and had their full allotment of players in a few weeks. So I'm interested to see what that looks like. I like the way Dame's been dishing the ball. He's averaging about 9.3 assists in this 4-game span since he returned. Yeah, so I'll kind of pass on it. If I had to make a play on it, I'd probably go under.
Just to point out, shout out to Jamrock's Kicks. The Milwaukee Bucks are 2-0 in the NBA Cup. The Miami Heat are 1-1. So they really do need this win if they plan on going and moving on to the next round. And the Pistons also 2-0. Wow, the Pistons have a plus 4-point differential. Holy crap. All right, so we'll see. Maybe Milwaukee's taking the NBA Cups a little serious now that they got a 2-0 lead here. So, all right. With that, let's go talk about Underdog Fantasy. Has one of the biggest menus of all props, fantasy projections, biggest menu of all fantasy projections in NFL, college football, college basketball, NBA, NASCAR, MMA, and more. You can get all of that over there at Underdog Fantasy, and you can get boosted. They're always giving out crazy special boost. I have to go in there and check it out right now because I think I have an NBA boost that I'm gonna use today. Make sure you go get that promo code NBA SGPN. That is NBA SGPN for that promo code over there at Underdog Fantasy. You can get a special pick and first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code NBA SGPN. All right. Let's get back to the slate here. We have, there we go. We have the Houston Rockets on the road going to play the Minnesota Timberwolves. Timberwolves are laying 3.5 here. 220 is the total. Injury report here for the Houston Rockets, and we have Jalen Green is questionable with an illness. We have Steven Adams, who's out. Mike Conley, questionable with the toe injury. And we have Joe Ingles, who is listed questionable with a calf injury. All right. Lonte, we got Minnesota, who I think has been very disappointing to start the year. Not necessarily disappointing, because maybe last year was just the outlier of them being good, and I wasn't expecting them to be that good. But now Minnesota's looking like a 500 ball club. I don't trust Minnesota. What are you doing here, Lonte?
Yeah, probably my favorite play on the board. I like Minnesota. I think it's a good matchup for them, especially if Jalen Green is not in the lineup, because he's probably the only one that I can kind of see, attacking downhill, getting to the paint. So the Rockets, they haven't lost back-to-back games all year, so that's something to look forward to. The thing I like the most is when Minnesota's at home, they shoot better and their defense is better. They're third in three-point percentage at home. They're shooting about 42%. And when you look at their defense, top 5 in defensive efficiency at home, they fall a little bit below average when they're on the road. So I like that their intensity is up. They play Boston really tough. Probably should have won that game, kind of gave it away in the end. But the thing that I like most is, so Houston relies a lot on paint scoring. They're top 10 in paint scoring. Sengun is averaging about 12 points per game in the paint. Minnesota, 24th in points per game allowed in the paint, but this is a team that doesn't shoot the ball well. So they can be able to pack the paint, protect it. Gobert should have a pretty good game. Houston's bottom 5 in three-point percentage and three-point makes. So they rely on a lot of paint touches, a lot of mid-range stuff. I think Minnesota will wall up and be able to defend that. They got to keep the half court offense moving. The Minnesota's half court offense has been pretty bad, and that's one of the things that Houston struggles with. Even Ime, spoke to they were being stagnant a little bit in their half court offense and defense. So I think Minnesota will be able to exploit that. I think they'll knock down a lot of threes at home, and I think they'll force Houston to make shots, something that they haven't been able to do all year, especially on the road. They're shooting right at 30% from deep on the road. So I trust Minnesota's defense at home. I trust their 3-point shooters to make some shots here. So give me Minnesota minus 3.5.
All right. I agree. I'm with you. I like the Minnesota side of things. I'm very questionable with them, but it was really for me, just the Rockets on the road. I think that the Rockets have gotten some favorable spots on the road this season, but I still think that that's really the place where you take advantage and you get them just fating this team on the road. Jalen Green is always going to be a question mark, but I think he might probably be able to go. But if he doesn't, then I think, yeah, Minnesota is the way to go. I did write down the points in the paint stat as well. I have Timberwolves at home are shooting about 50% inside the paint, and the Rockets are all the way down to 54%, and that's like 20th in the NBA on the road. They're not getting the easy ones. Like all those, they get the bounce at home. That's really how you kind of put it. Like the ball kind of finds its way in the bottom of the net, even if it's a tough shot, bad shot at home, but it doesn't really find its way on the road. They are 22nd in offensive efficiency on the road. And yeah, this Minnesota Timberwolves defense gets up, but the defense for the Rockets is still really, really good too.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
yeah, I do like the Minnesota to get this done in this one, because I just think the Rockets might find some struggles to score, especially if Jalen Green is out. But the total at 220, I'm on the under. I like the under in this spot. I think it's a really good play. It's a lot of points for two teams that play a lot better defensively. The Rockets defense travels, so they just continue to play good defensively. But Timberwolves have really, really locked it down at home, and that can kind of go to their 50-50 record right here, is that they handle business at home. So I like I like Minnesota at home. I like the under. Agree on both of those plays. So all right, let's move on to let's talk about the San Antonio Spurs on the road going to play the Utah Jazz. Spurs are laying 2.5. What? Utah catching 2.5 at home. 226 is the total. injury report, and we have Devin Vassell. Oh, my heart, no wonder. No wonder this line is this low. Devin Vassell is out. Will not play in this game, but he's expected to play tomorrow. Jeremy Sohan is out as well. And you have Keldon Johnson, who is a probable with the hamstring in this game. This is very easy. You take the Spurs.
Oh dang.
You're on the no, Lonte, I'm
Yeah.
not letting you take the Jazz.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
letting
am.
no, we were on this show last week and you took the
Yeah.
Jazz and
Yeah, they
it
got
didn't
murdered
work
too.
out for you.
Yeah,
Yes,
they
no,
did.
you're
I'm
not
back at
taking
it
the Jazz.
again.
Stop. No, you're not taking the Jazz. This is not Lonte. Let's talk about this. Okay. Why do you like
I got so basically, I mean, the Spurs were 2.5 at Utah without Laurie, so it's the same number with him. That doesn't make sense. Like number
because the
one, they were.
the Spurs are missing Devin Vassell.
I mean,
And they're
but
missing. Why?
he's not moving a number like that though. I mean,
Yes, he is.
they were fully
You
healthy.
guys do not respect Devin Vassell like that.
No, I like Devin Vassell, but so he was out in game one, and Laurie was out in game one, and it was still 2.5. So like, I don't think
no, but they didn't understand. They didn't understand what was going on.
Yeah, I mean, numerically, I just don't think it makes a ton of sense. And I mean, I don't like Utah's team. I mean, I just numbers wise, it just don't make sense. And then, you got San Antonio, who's played 8 of the last 9 at home. They've won 6 at home. They're playing better. Don't get me wrong. But when you look at what they're doing at home, they're 6th in offensive efficiency at home. On the road, bottom 5. They're 28 in road defense and road offensive efficiency. So their offense falls off a cliff. Now, can Utah take advantage? I mean, that's another question. I think they can stay within, a possession here and maybe even win it late. I mean, they've won at San Antonio. They played each other 3 times already, so the familiarity is there. I mean, Laurie's going to have a big night, though. He's going to have a big night. They're going to need some outside shooting because San Antonio is allowing like right around 38% from deep on the road. So the opportunity will be there. It's just them. It's just up to them to kind of, exploit that. So, yeah, I'm going with Utah. They're going to need a big night from Laurie and some of those outside shooters. San Antonio not being the same team on the road. I'm going to go with Utah here.
I don't know. I don't know how to help you. I don't know. We talked about this before, and nonetheless, the Jazz are coming off of a win yet again. This is another spot where they're coming off of a win, and they remember, oh, wait, we just won that last game. We want Cooper Flag. We're tanking. We can't do that again. And then they get destroyed the next game yet again. San Antonio Spurs have been playing their best basketball all season right now and during this stretch. I mean, I for one, I cannot do anything with the Utah Jazz here. The San Antonio Spurs just got this done. They just got this done. They're gonna absolutely go out here and they're gonna dominate. Yeah, Laurie's in the lineup, but this team hasn't been good with Laurie in the lineup. They haven't been good with Laurie outside the lineup. They're just not a good team. This is a team that's tanking, and this is a team that covers the number when they get a big number. Look at what they did against the Lakers, covering 10.5. Look at what they did against the Kings, covering 6.5. But they do not cover this short number because they're not trying to win the game. Like, no, they're not. This Spurs team is out here trying to win the game. Let's see. Maybe are they NBA Cup incentives? Let's see where they're at in the NBA Cup. NBA Cup standings here. We have the Utah Jazz are at the bottom of the NBA Cup, 0-2 in their Group B. The San Antonio Spurs are second right now with 1-1. They do they own the point differential against? I think they're second. Yeah, they're second. They're second, 1-1, right behind the Lakers, who are 2-0. Spurs need this win if they want to keep on going. The Spurs are the better team. We're not going to question this, guys. Give me San Antonio -2.5. This is this might be a lock. This might be a lock today. This Utah Jazz team does whatever they can to lose the game. All right. Total 226.5. I don't try it. Well, they've been a little bit better defensively. Give me San Antonio team total over. I'm just gonna run the play. Same plays back.
Yeah, I'm going full game over. I think, like I said, the path for Utah to actually win and be competitive here is for them to shoot from outside. I think San Antonio obviously will have offensive success. I mean, even though their efficiency dips on the road, I don't think Utah is some juggernaut defensive team. So I think both teams can get to, what are we at, 226? I think both teams can get to like 110 ish, and then we just go from there. Middle of the fourth quarter. So yeah, I like over.
All right. Let's see here. Last two games did fall. The first game fell at 221. Second game flew over at, what is this? Math in public, 244. All right. Let's see here before we get up to the next and last game on the slate. And Lonte. Hold on. I'll talk about it in a second. First, we're brought to you by mybookie.ag. Make sure that you've been locking in with MyBookie. They've been around SGPN for years. Back when I was just a humble bystander of the show, I was getting down on some mybookie.ag with the Matt and Sims as well. Check out their new and improved website. It's great for mobiles. They have a whole bunch of props and everything out there for you to tap into. The live dinner casino, all of that, even early cash out options. Don't you love it when somebody gives you an early cash out on a play? Absolutely. So make sure you go over there and hey, I will tell you, we both like Minnesota. You should go get down on that Minnesota bet over there at mybookie.ag. Make sure you go over there, use that promo code NBA SGP. I'm sorry, not NBA. Go over there, use that promo code SGPN. That is promo code SGPN over there at mybookie.ag for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Plus, you get a $10 casino chip. That is mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Make sure you tap in with the awesome menu of props and games and picks that Rhythm has to offer. Hey, Braun Breaker just went to war with Ludwig Kaiser on Monday night. And now we're getting a triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship. And so, with all of that, we have to go and look at what Braun Breaker has for us in the NBA today. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and pull up my models. Oh, this is looking good. This is looking great. All right. We have the model, myself, Lonte. We're all on the same thing. We all like Minnesota laying 3.5 here. Gonna play it. Shout out to Braun Breakers. Shout out to Rhythm. 7-day free trial. And look, it's super easy for you to get plays like that. A whole bunch of easy picks like that is to go over there and use the Rhythm app. Get a 7-day free trial by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. All right, let's get it. Next game on the slate. Last game on the slate. The Los Angeles Lakers are on the road going to play the Phoenix Suns. Suns laying 2.5 here. 234.5 is the total injury report. And we have for the Los Angeles Lakers, Jackson Hayes is probable with an ankle injury. You have AD, who is probable as well with that foot injury. And then, Christian Wood, Vanderbilt out as always. Nothing else really to talk about there. We have for the Suns, Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant are both expected to play today. Lonte, I just think it's hilarious how everybody, and I mean everybody, and this can even go into tomorrow, because tomorrow, and I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll mention it again tomorrow, but Devin Vassell plays tomorrow, and he plays, guess who? The Los Angeles Lakers. I find it hilarious how everybody is absolutely healthy when the Lakers come to town.
You seen their defense? I would be healthy too.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you have interest in your Lakers. I want nothing to do with the Lakers in this spot. I think this is a get right spot for the Phoenix Suns. That Kevin Durant's back in the lineup. This team understands how much better they play with Kevin Durant. They went on a slide when they had all these injuries, and now that they got players back, they now appear to have more depth than they actually do on this team. I think this team is still really good. And I think they still can compete with the top teams in the West. And I think it starts today, and everybody starts with the Lakers. I'm laying 2.5. I don't think this is particularly close, to be honest. Lakers defense has been abysmal, and the Lakers have been horrible on the road. Lonte, did I just shit talk your Lakers? Are you on them today?
No, I'm not. I'm not. I like the extended rest that Phoenix has had. One of the longer rest breaks you'll see from a team this year. That 5 days rest. And you mentioned their struggles without their big three. I mean, 1-6 without KD. They were 0-5 since the Beal injury. 5-11 ATS, 1-7 at home. 3-game home losing streak. So I think this is a good spot for them facing the Lakers defense, who's bottom 5 in defensive rating. Probably a little bit worse when they're on the road. The 28 in points per game allowed in the paint. So we know that, Beal, Booker, and KD like to touch the paint. And while I think Phoenix doesn't run, they're like bottom 5 in pace. The Lakers' transition defense is horrible. They're now allowing nearly like 20 points per game in fast break points. So I think you're going to see a little bit more tempo from Phoenix here. Lakers 4-5 versus teams over 500, 2-5 ATS on the road, 3-4 straight up. Just hard game to back the Lakers here with a big rest advantage for Phoenix, and especially with their defense. Until they get some better identity on defense, I don't think you can back them against the elite teams like I think Phoenix is. And Phoenix also does a good job of defending without fouling, which is key when you're defending LA, because LA likes to live at the line. So all of those signs point to Phoenix for me. I would look at first quarter more than anything. I think they come out with a lot of energy. Like I said, a 3-game home losing streak. They want to get out to a good start and get those fans going and keep them in the game. So give me Phoenix first quarter. I like them full game as well, but first quarter would be my main play here.
Yeah, it's no doubt in my mind that the Suns are going to go out here and just have a great game. And it's going to be one of those games where like everybody's completely on against the Lakers. I love the over 234.5 because the Suns haven't been particularly good on defense either.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think Kevin Durant's just going to walk in and change that. But I think the offensive efficiency and how easy everything looks like, it's going to look so much different when Kevin Durant's in the lineup. I think at the end of the game, he has a possibility, even if it's just attention and he's crowding attention and makes plays for everybody else. I'm not going to lie. I could talk myself into a KD assist play here, rebound and assist type of play, something like that. And just say that, hey, maybe he doesn't have to do the scoring, but Kevin Durant's aura on the court just kind of draws some attention. He's able to make the right plays, and his offense looks a lot more fluid. Tyus Jones has started to pick it up in the offense as well, especially with the assists. Like, I think this is going to be a pretty smooth win for the Phoenix Suns here, fating the Lakers. However, I will admit, Lakers, NBA Cup. I mean, I'm still sitting on the Lakers to win the NBA Cup, so I feel fine fading them in this game. I just think that this is a spot where the Suns are just not going to want to give this up. But Lakers NBA Cup, I'm not going to lie, very, very scary spot to fade the Lakers in the NBA Cup game. Very, very, very scary spot to fade the Lakers. It might not make the lock section because of that, but I'm very dangerously close to locking this up. Very, very, very dangerously close to locking this up. You're saying the Lakers not winning the cup, but they're 2-0, and I'm telling you, the Lakers don't care about a lot of games in the regular season, but they care about these NBA Cup games. It's just a really, really good spot for Phoenix.
Yeah, they do.
All right. Let's see here. Let's close things out, Lonte. Lock, dog, drop an underdog lineup, and we'll get up out of here. I'll kick it over to you. Lock and dog, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to, like I said, one of my favorite plays on the board is Minnesota minus the 3.5. I mean, I don't want to regurgitate everything that we said. That's, that'll be broken down in the segment that we did already. But I mean, I think it's a good spot for them. I just don't trust Houston to knock down enough threes to keep the defense honest for Minnesota. I think they'll pack the paint, force them to make threes. Don't think Houston will be able to do it, especially if Jalen Green. I think this line climbs maybe a point and a half if Jalen Green is indeed out. Houston struggle on the road. Minnesota better at home. Love that spot for them. And for the dog, I mean, it's only one dog. It's only one dog that we like here. Well, that I like. Give me the Utah Jazz.
You're crazy. All right, that's what you want to do. Go ahead. That's not even a real dog.
Like, I mean, I like the other favorite, so I don't like any of the other I mean, it's just I like Minnesota.
Go
I
get an
like
off spread
Miami.
or something. Plus 120. Some baby dog.
For Utah, yeah, give me
Er.
Utah minus 3. There you go. I don't know what that is, but
Utah -3. We're gonna get a price on this,
yeah, I'll
and
see if I can find
we're
it.
gonna take this down for the record. Ah, man, laying points with Utah. It's just wow, it's a decision. It's okay,
Yeah, I'm
perfectly
gonna get
fine with
it.
it.
Let's see if I can find it.
I'm probably gonna go. Let me see. What do I want to make my lock? Oh man, kind of want to go head to head here. I don't know how we're on Utah in this spot. Wow.
Let's see.
Let me see. All right, here we go. Laying 3 with Utah. You're gonna get plus 150. All right, you made yourself into the first
What is laying 5? Let me get 5. Let me get 2-1. Closer to 2-1.
5.
Yeah, let me get Jazz minus 5.
This is ridiculous. 210.
Yeah, let me get that minus
This
5
is
lock.
so
210.
unserious.
I mean dog. I'm sorry, not.
All right, so you're locking up Minnesota laying 3.5. Jazz -5 plus 210 is your dog. Ugh. Feel sorry for your dog pick. All right, for my lock, I really want to lock up San Antonio. This is ridiculous.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead and do it. Why not?
Suns -2 is heavy consideration as well. The under in Houston, Minnesota is very, very heavily considered as well. Bulls laying 4.5. Wow, and over. Oh, there's a lot of plays. I already gave out the over. I can't get that out again. Shout out to my other show, Fast Break Bets, over there on the Betting Pros to YouTube. Go check that out. Yeah. Screw you, Lonte. Give me Spurs laying 2.5 for my lock. For my dog. Or wait, can the Spurs blow them out? You know what? You sold me with your Spurs on the road. No, we're going to change this. We are going to. Do I want to lock up the under or do I want to lock up the Suns? Oh gosh, this is a great spot for the Suns, but the Lakers really do try hard a lot in NBA games. It's very NBA Cup games. It's very, very annoying. But the points differential is motivation for Houston and Minnesota to score more. So yeah, give me the Suns. Suns laying 2. That's my lock. For my dog, we're going with San Antonio Spurs. 1-10. Get it done. They win on the 1-10 margin. That's gotta be pretty juicy. Let me go see here. Because the Spurs might not blow them out. The Jazz will be competitive, but the Spurs are still gonna get the win. Let's see here. We've got Spurs 1-10 win margin at plus 185. I like that. All right. There we go. It's a lot of plays I like on the slate today. Lonte, anything else for the people before we get up out of here?
That's it, man. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I won't be back tomorrow, so I'll be back Friday. So yeah, hopefully you're coming back on and you're talking about how the Jazz won by 10.
Yeah. I would love to sit here and talk about the Jazz winning by 10, but I think I'll be touting my Suns 1-10 plus 185 dog here. All right, we got to get an underdog lineup real quick before we get up out of here. What do we like in the world of props? Fantasy projections. I'm sorry. What do we like in the world of fantasy projections today?
Man, I got a ton. My favorite one, Gobert higher rebounds.
Ew.
A lot of paint touches for Houston. Going to be a lot of rebound opportunities. They can't shoot. Gobert is not going to be. He's going to be on the court. They won't play him off the court because they don't have guards to kind of break him down, especially if Jalen Green's not there. I think he's going to have a ton of rebound opportunities. I'm actually laddering him up to like 15, 16 plus.
Jesus Christ. All right. Yeah. Rudy Gobert has made the underdog fantasy projection lineup. That's not what I thought was going to happen this morning when I woke up. But nonetheless, here we are, where we are taking Rudy Gobert today. Let's see. It's a bunch of points in that, and in a lot of these games, but definitely in that Chicago and that Wizards game. So we got to get active there somewhere. I can sell myself on Josh Giddey. I think PRA. He's been pretty good to the PRA recently.
I play Kobe White.
Kobe White.
Yeah, I play his points in threes. I think it's correlated.
Kobe White. Yeah, Kobe. And I mean, 19.5 points. I think it's just points everywhere, all to be around. So yeah, I can go with Kobe White. Kobe White higher, 19.5 points. And to close things out, I will throw out. Let's go with Tyus Jones. Tyus Jones over 6.5 assists. He's been over in 4 of the last 5 games. Been really, really good. Kevin Durant's back in the lineup, and he's had double-digit, like 15 or 16 assist chances or higher, 15 plus assist chances in all but 2 games that he's played with Kevin Durant. I think that the opportunities for him to get assists are there. I think the offense is more fluid, and they're going to be able to score on the Lakers. We're going to see a bunch of points. So I'll take Tyus Jones over higher, 6.5 assists. We got Kobe White higher, 19.5 points. And we got Rudy Gobert higher, 11.5 rebounds. That's going to pay 5.4x. $100 gets you $540 over there. Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. NBA SGPN. All right. With that, make sure you give him a follow at XXLonteXX. I am at reallyreal __. Lonte, has anybody told you have a porn star at name?
No, not really. It's the first time I've heard that. But
I feel like
oh god, yeah,
I don't know
can
why
see
I
that.
said that.
No, it's because of the 4X's. Yeah,
Yeah, the X's is really throwing me off, man. All right,
I got you.
here we go. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just gonna end like this. We are out of here.